Hello, welcome everybody to episode 7 of What a Marvel, WandaVision, and we are talking on episode 7 about episode 7 because we care about continuity. Sarah, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just thinking I'm the guy talking about continuity. Meanwhile, we are clearly missing a person, so maybe I look like the arsehole, but that's fine because speaking of arseholes, we have Mini Fish Toe himself.
Dude, I've
Jay.
been
Holy
trying to
wow.
figure out how to turn my big toe into a fist so that I can be mini fist toe for real. But I can't.
Can you not ball up your toes like this?
I don't know. I just want one fist to look like, or one toe to look like a fist.
That's
A
Well,
mini.
I tell you what, for a magnificent show, why don't you just take a back seat, pull off a sock, and just work those tendons and muscles and updated, maybe put it on your Instagram story or something.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a market for it. If it's got feet, it's got
oh no.
legs, and it can make you money.
We're talking about feet 2 minutes in. oh my god.
Well, you know what? We just want to, kind of hit the ground running, as it were. While I pull up my notes.
There's no Sean this
Okay.
week, which means I'll be
There
able to
is no
talk.
Sean.
So
Yeah,
Love
Sarah's
you, Sean.
officially promoted to talking cast member this week.
Woo!
Surely demoted to non-appearing cast member.
Yes.
We might list a producer if he does his due marketing. So go and harass Sean on Twitter and see if he tweeted
Wow.
out about this show, and if he didn't, harass him even more. Do not harass me. I may or may not have tweeted the link out yet. But at
did
least
not.
I made it to the show. One or the other. One or the other. That's what you get. Anyway, we can talk about the sitcom element without having to talk about Full House this week. So that's good.
Yeah,
We get The Office.
Where was the full house?
I know. Come on, Sean. What the fuck? It's just Full House.
It's
Come
fine.
on.
It's fine.
It's
We got
technically
a
show
full
anyway. So
Oh
get
my
Office
God.
load of Office references. It's fine.
And Modern
Was that
Family.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm not as familiar with both, but
It was very
it was
Modern
Office,
Family.
right?
Hey,
Open music.
just to let you know, sometimes your mic is cutting in and out a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, I don't know if there's something.
That's why we're looking at you like.
Where am I?
That's
How am I doing?
better, at least.
That's
Maybe
better.
it's your long hair scraping along the microphone.
That could be a thing. I need to start doing ponytails soon.
There you go.
That's the
Much
next stage
better.
of my evolution.
No, it's not your hair.
Never mind.
Are we losing me again?
A little bit here and there, but we'll keep going and see if it progresses.
Oh man, I need a new headset. So noted for next week.
But that I did love that
Anyway.
Office opening very, very
That
much.
music-
That was really cool.
Like, how close can you make the music without getting like sued?
Yeah,
It was very close.
That was very close. And even just like the shooting style, obviously they've done that every week. And they've done a really good job of like using it to kind of emphasize where the characters are at. Obviously, Wanda, she's still doing so great. She's losing her marbles. She's feeling like depressed, but also like she's kind of like grown like numb and indifferent to the situation. It seems. I don't know. Anyone else feel about Wanda? You feel like they're kind of hitting the same beat over the head because she's kind of just not really progressed anywhere. She's kind of just like, okay, you're depressed. You haven't really got full control of your powers. We've been establishing both of those things since episode 1.
Yeah.
There's not really any story left to be mined there. We're kind of just going over the same thing in the guise of different sitcom thing, which is fun. It is fun, but also, is it getting stale, guys? Is it getting stale?
Go ahead, Sarah.
Oh,
Lady-
so I left this episode feeling kind of like, oh, we already kind of knew what was happening, and kind of, I feel like what was revealed to us was stuff that we knew, and maybe just because we've been deep diving into stuff, and that's why. But I do agree where I feel like I don't know. It is super repetitive, just over and over again. Like Wanda, not really sure where the powers are. Like I don't really know what the story is at this point, and we only have 2 episodes left. Like, you know what I mean? Like I agree.
The reveal we get at the end of this episode, I feel like we could have got that at the end of the last episode and missed out all of the stuff with Wanda this episode, and it wouldn't really have mattered that much. She's kind of just been in the same place now for the last like 3 episodes. Jay?
Yeah.
You feel
I
different?
can't believe what I'm hearing coming out of you guys' mouth, man. I thought so far this
well-rounded and informed criticism. That's what you're getting. Go on.
I've enjoyed this one the most, man.
You and Sean.
I disagree with you guys' take that we're not progressing. It's progressing slowly, and it's progressing in a way that is not like, the only way I can really describe it is to say, there's no through plot of the show. Like there's no throughout the show storyline, but there are a lot of little pieces that we're seeing, and it's all adding up to this big picture. And and as far as the like, we already knew this. Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't know it. I mean, yes, we assumed it was true, but we didn't know it. And every show is going to have those reveals. You're going to think they're going to lead you to something, lead you to believe things, and eventually, if it's true, they're going to have that reveal, just like every other show would. So I disagree.
That's true.
I just feel like, they kind of, since like episode 2, where they kind of revealed, that this was just happening in obviously a bubble, and we kind of got that zoom out and we see the SHORD agents and stuff. I kind of feel like we've not really had anything really game changing happen since then. And it is just different pieces of, like you're saying, Jay, like the same like picture or the same puzzle or something. But I don't know, I just feel like I was really ready. I thought this episode was going to be the one that really took it into next level, and it seems like no, it's just like no, we're kind of just going to have another episode, and now presumably by the end of this episode, we kind of let the cat out of the bag for the most part. Which is another thing. I don't know if the cat kind of come out the bag a little bit too clean and a little bit too easily, but I'm getting ahead.
I'm excited to go back and rewatch the show once the whole thing comes out, and just kind of see like what, just binge it and see the one continuous storyline instead of waiting week for, which I like the week by week, but I want to see, like, I feel like there's been so much more speculation done by fans than maybe they expected, where people are just diving into every little detail and everything. I mean, I said in the chat, people are like, the bunny is Doctor Strange. Like, like people are really just like diving into every little detail. And I think it's I think that was the issue with the episode for me this week, was because I was expecting certain reveals and expecting things, and that's not what the show was. So I was expecting the episode to go a certain way, and that's not what was ever gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I think maybe I'll enjoy the show. I'm enjoying it, but I think I'll have a different perspective once I know what the end was. Oh, I can go back and enjoy it all the way through without me trying to guess what's going to happen.
I think that's going to be such an ongoing debate, even after this thing is all out, is should they have released it all at once? Was the weekly the right move? And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer for this, because I can totally see it from both sides. Like you're saying, on one hand, you've got you've got all the media, the press, and everyone else, and everyone's talking about it, but it's got that mystery element. And I think if anything, the weekly, if you look at it that way, the weekly format benefits this stronger than it does kind of with the Mandalorian, because Mandalorian was just serialized. You could have watched all of those and fair enough, the cameos and the talking about it and stuff. But I think for this show, just because of like the actual story itself with the mystery, I think it does work better week by week. But then, like you're saying, a lot of people still don't. We're into like episode 7, and some people like, I liked it fine. This episode was fine. It wasn't my favorite episode. But I imagine there's probably a few people watching this that still aren't really sure what they're doing watching this show. I think there's going to be a lot of that, and that's kind of that's a bold thing to have going for your.
Jay's shaking his head.
7 episodes into a 9-episode series. You're shaking your head, Jay. What did I do?
Well, it's not just Sarah started it, and then you just sealed the deal.
Started it.
I came into this show expecting it to be just jam-packed. We're gonna find out all this. It's gonna, just like really fast and
I knew it wouldn't be that.
Well, what did you say? How did you put it then? Because you said it's going. However you put it, you basically made it sound like it's going slower than you thought it would.
No, that's not what I meant.
Well, what did you say again then?
I don't know.
Well, whatever, Sarah.
I don't think
it's a lot less.
Well,
it's less plot heavy than I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be much more of like, they need to do this to figure out this, to like, what's this person like kind of up to? This person's doing something. What is it?
I think they are doing that a lot.
It's been so vague. There's not been anyone really. Just been kind of just soaking up the vibe of these characters aren't comfortable. They're not where they're supposed to be. Something's wrong, and we're kind of just soaking in that, as opposed to like, oh well. This, only in the last like 2 episodes, the Vision's kind of started doing his whole like detective bit, and he's been kind of going around seeking answers. But I think up until that, it was very light on actual kind of meaty plot elements, and it was just very much more just the the aesthetics of the different periods and the moods, as opposed to real substantial story.
I think the meaty plot elements is all oh my god, Rambo. I think what's her name? They've given her, they've really kind of gone away from Wanda. I mean, Wanda's important, but this show really is her show, I feel like, and especially this episode where she got her powers, and it's been
set up.
Yeah, it's been all set up.
Is set up for the next phase of NC. I mean, it's obvious. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I totally steamrolled.
No, you're fine. No, I agree. It really, the last couple episodes, especially all the stuff that's going on outside of Westview, is all set up for the outside world and for the other movies. And I mean, literally, she got her powers in the show for Captain Marvel too. Like, and we're kind of getting farther and farther away. That's why I feel like it's starting to get repetitive a little bit with Wanda, where she's just kind of hitting the same beats. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm in trauma, but all this other stuff is moving on, trying to set up all this other, the worlds and the, what I mean?
Yeah, instead of like slowly kind of investigating, why is this happening to me? We're kind of just going over, oh my God, this weird thing is happening to me. Like, and now, like I say, Vision doing the legwork. So I'm down with that. And I do really appreciate what you're saying, Sarah, about how the show is kind of like twisted, and it's basically Monica's show for the last 2 episodes now at this point. I mean, even Agent Wu's kind of taken a step back a little bit. We don't really get too much of him in this episode. But here's the stuff with the setup with Monica. Was it a little bit weird? Was it a little bit forced? You think like I'm going to drive this big specially made metal truck directly into the force field.
I didn't like
and then I'm going to walk into it when that doesn't work anyway, because
it was really weird. It was really
I can.
It was. She shows up and she's like, "Hey," to this random character, which again goes back to all the fans speculating that the person she was going to meet was Reed Richards, and when you just meet this random military person, I was like, "Oh, is that it?" And
I don't
felt
think
disappointed not because of the show, but because of everyone has built this up. So
yeah.
But then it was
Which is
kind
how
of
the
like,
weekly might have hurt it a little bit, right? Because people are going to have bigger
yeah.
some of the stuff that they're actually going to get, possibly. But go on.
But I think the show was setting it. That's why it's weird, because I don't think the fans were just kind of taken out of nowhere. I don't know, because she kept saying like it felt like the show was setting up, this is going to be a reveal. You're going to meet someone. And then it wasn't, and the reveal was this thing, this like whatever Range Rover thing. I don't know. It felt really kind of off to me. Like, did we read into it too much, or were they just kind of being cheeky with us? Like, I don't know what was going on.
I think they know what they're doing, and I think they're prodding every little button in every direction, making us think everything and also nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I alluded earlier that like I was a little bit underwhelmed with kind of how the reveal at the end of this episode was handled, because everything
Yeah,
up
me
until
too.
everything up until that point, you know, in this show in general, has been so like against the Marvel formula that to kind of also just do this like, here's a montage, I was behind the scenes all along bit at the end, just felt
She's like,
a
hello,
little
I'm
bit.
Agatha. I was like, what?
Which again, it fits the aesthetic of, you know, the sitcom vibe, but then I'm just like, is that the point where it's like, you know, the sitcom shtick is kind of like taking precedent over like actual decent storytelling, you know?
It was
And
a
I
little
think
weird.
that
You guys
Agatha
are blowing
reveal
my
kind
mind
of.
tonight.
Go ahead. Go, Jay.
Go on, Jay.
I think there were so many reveals tonight, and it's so obvious that this entire series is a setup for phase 3. And there was so much juicy shit in the or phase 4, whatever. Who gives a shit? You know what and,
a real Marvel fan. That was good.
There's one person watching this show gives a shit, Jay. Have some respect.
Stuff, man.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I can't believe that you guys didn't like it more than you did, or that you didn't like it. If that's the case, I just don't. I love this episode. I watched it
That's
2
great.
times back to back.
And I'm happy for you.
Thank you,
Right.
Sarah. That's all I ever wanted, was someone to be happy that I'm happy. That
I'm happy that you're happy with this episode.
Thank you.
I didn't hate the episode. I just
happy. Everybody.
Oh, God. Okay, bye.
No, nobody's happy. You're happy now, right? Let's go back to this big Range Rover thing for a second. I don't know what else to call it. This big truck thing. I think I've just got in my notes like big truck goes in force field. No, it doesn't. Back out.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah,
she's like, "Oh yeah, it will go super easy."
It wouldn't go through, but then she's like, "I can make it through," and it's
like the specially built truck can't go through, but you without the helmet can go through.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was really weird. But then I think maybe she thinks that she's already got some powers going on, and that she figured
that's what I thought
that was gonna. But even still, it's pretty convenient. But back to this truck thing, right? The Rover. So I was on the no, it's not going to be Reed Richards. There's no way we're touching Reed Richards in this show. However, who would be the kind of person that would be an aerospace engineer that would also build a space vehicle designed to penetrate special kinds of radiation in space?
I don't know. You tell us.
That is literally the Fantastic Four origin story, is that he builds a ship with special shielding to go through special radiation, and then it doesn't work, and then they get powers. It's literally, they just did the Fantastic Four origin for Monica in a field in New Jersey.
So they stole it, is what you're saying.
I don't know. It felt a little bit derivative to me, that's all. But
is
maybe
that how she
up.
gets her powers, or no?
I have no idea. And can we talk about, she gets the powers, right? She goes into the place, and she's seeing all this like blurry psychedelic shit, which I'm assuming is to do with her powers, because it's like photo electromagnetic spectrum stuff, right?
Spectra.
And she's Spectrum, so it makes sense that she would see all the stuff from the electromagnetic spectrum. You know, I've been watching Star Trek.
Spectrum.
Like the internet provider? No, I was kidding.
Because her mother was Photon, right? Isn't that what her mother's nickname was on
No,
Photon?
she's Photon and then Spectrum. You know, she's had both names. But anyway, she confronts Scarlet Witch. She confronts Scarlet Witch, and then she does a superhero landing straight away. Like, I've got powers now. I did the cool landing.
Yeah, she wasn't even like shocked that she had. She was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, that was odd.
I was like,
she looked badass with the glowing blue electric eyes, though. That looked pretty
it was
cool.
awesome.
Like, she looked business, and I'm excited for the character. I like the character, but I don't know.
Is Spectrum a mutant, like from the X-Men, or where is she from?
No, she's just, you know, just like a code, you know, another like Air Force person with Carol Danvers, I think, and she gets herself involved in some similar energy anomaly like we're seeing, and you know, she takes over as Captain Marvel, but then they all swap names all over the place in the comics. You know, they can't keep the same damn name for more than 5 minutes because, you know, merchandise.
Are we going to see Howard the Duck in Phase 4?
We already saw Howard the Duck.
Saw him in Phase, like we saw him throughout the first bit, but I mean, we need a Howard the Duck movie, or at least him.
I'm here for it. I want it. I want him to like have an extended role in a Guardians movie.
That would be awesome.
He'll probably show up.
But maybe. You know, I'm in.
Howard the Duck fucked Leah Thompson. I'm just saying.
Oh gosh! All right. Well,
let's get Leah Thompson in a movie just so Howard the Duck can come back and finish her off.
Hell yeah!
Get it right.
So we heard Captain Marvel,
quack, baby,
again.
Sorry, go ahead.
We heard Brie Larson's voice when she was.
Quack, 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 quack.
You're doing that, and I'm thinking of Mighty Ducks.
Quack, 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 quack. Sorry, go ahead.
Why do I start thinking of Mighty Ducks when they're like quack, quack, quack?
You got to make the V.
No, but you're right, Sarah. We do hear Captain Marvel in the background in Monica's head when she's pushing through the force field. Yes. And if you listen really closely, you can hear that Captain Marvel is saying, "Monica, quack, quack."
Soiled it. No.
But no, it's cool. Like, they, you know, we're hearing like some casting rumblings and stuff, or like some production things. Like Captain Marvel 2 is kind of gearing up. They just recently cast a villain, so to have these kind of little nuggets getting dropped in here as well, you know, is kind of just hopefully exciting for, you know, the Marvel universe about to really open up after that year-long deprivation period we had.
Do you think Doctor Strange is the bunny? That is the question I want answered. Sparky? No, Sparky's the dog.
Oh, by the way, I killed Sparky.
That was amazing. That was so good.
Yeah, that was a good
one. Hated it.
Anyway, do I think the rabbit? So you're saying, do I think the rabbit is actually Doctor Strange?
Yes, I've been seeing all these theories on TikTok saying people are like, Doctor Strange came to as soon as this whole thing started, and Agatha turned him into the rabbit. I was like, what? I just want to know.
Wow, I've not heard that, and I do not hate it.
I don't hate it either, but I was like, because I guess the book that she has is also from Doctor Strange.
Yes, this book. I was going to talk about this book. I wasn't sure if it was one of the books. I didn't get a chance to go back and look at it. Sean would probably have the image to pull up right now. God bless his soul, wherever he is enjoying himself at a family gathering. You piece of shit.
Oh, man.
Anyway, yeah, so I think it's a Doctor Strange related book, or it might be Darkhold, which is a book from comics, which is also Doctor Strangey kind of related. That would make sense. It would also explain why, you know, like why isn't he showing up already to try and help? You know, this thing's huge. he's only in New York. He's only like a few miles over there.
It's something I didn't think about until people were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird," but I see it.
That would be cool. You hit. I'll go one further. And how he gets back. Do you think Vision comes to help Wanda in the house, and Vision touches the rabbit, and he zaps the rabbit, and it pings him back, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Dr. Strange. I've been stuck here."
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
I don't know. The rabbit thing just doesn't make sense to me.
No.
I mean, Doctor Strange fought Thanos. I mean, he lost, but he fought Thanos. Yet this broad can turn him into a rabbit with no problem.
Yeah, I don't know if the rabbit is Doctor Strange, but they definitely made a point to focus on the rabbit in this episode. They didn't just rehab the rabbit for no reason.
Yeah,
that was one-off gag in the first episode. Like, it was played off, and I think the rabbit is definitely something. I think in the comics, Agatha maybe had a cat, so maybe the rabbit is just like a black cat in disguise. You don't have a black cat, it's so obvious you're a witch.
Yeah, we do bunnies now. Yeah,
I don't know. That's a magic.
Like a magician has a bunny, so kind of like a witch has a
subvert the expectation there, like what this whole fucking show is doing, and then we're gonna just explain that we did everything.
Yeah, I mean, we found out that Agnes is Agatha or whatever, but then like the moment I kind of freaked out was when she's like, "I'll take the twins to my house," and I was like, "She wants the kids. Like, don't let her take the kids."
She definitely wants the kids.
Yeah.
And should we get in? Should we go to break and then get into?
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
Yeah.
The kids. That
you can skip
don't take that out of context. Let's not get into the kids. Let's just go to break.
We'll be back in 30 seconds after listening to Sarah tell us about another kick-ass show.
Hi everyone, this is Sarah, host of Go Get That Rose podcast, a podcast that is dedicated to talking about all things Bachelor Nation. Join Jay Wade, a man in his 40s who is recently new to all things Bachelor Nation, and myself, someone who has been watching passionately for the past 3 years, as we review, share our thoughts on each episode of whatever show is currently on TV, whether that is Bachelor, Bachelorette, or Bachelor in Paradise. We might not even know everyone's name, but we have fun nonetheless. You can find us on Merc with a Movie blog feed wherever you listen to podcasts.
And after that wonderfully read promo break by some person who shall not be named, for we do not want their ego to become a thing, we are back.
Too late.
We are back. Speaking of egos, we got Vision on a quest with a circus. That's not a
that was really that was so weird.
That was.
It felt like a totally different like time period episode, like just with all these carnies. Like, what is happening?
The weirdest thing to me about this whole section is Paul Bettany he's walking around. He's dressed in the full Vision costume, but he's basically just acting like Paul Bettany at this point. He's being really casual, the way he's kind of carrying himself. He's walking around, he's whipping the mic off and knocking out the boomsticks, which is great. But I know it was a little bit weird, and also
it was really weird.
Yeah, because we've got Vision and Darcy, which is a fun combination. And she's kind of filling him in on all this history. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying about kind of beating the same beats over the head. She explains everything. We already know all of this. And I'm just thinking, is there not a better way we could have kind of got around this exposition of her telling him
and
everything?
And how does she know this? She wasn't there. None of them were there.
She hacked the computer and got all the information.
Yeah, man.
But there was
the old
no computers
watching live. She had the live thing on Google Maps.
No, I mean, like, how does she know about Wanda and Vision with Thanos? Because she was like, Wanda killed you, but Wanda tried to save you, and then Thanos was the one that killed you, like, beat by beat. Like, she sat down and watched the movie and told him, Like it was weird.
Yeah.
I would assume that the surviving Avengers who had witnessed all this, I mean, they went on some sort of documentation record as to what
like
happened.
after the.
I'm sure she at some point came across those files.
But is that something that you would tell, like, Vision begged Wanda to kill him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't feel like something that another Avenger would tell. Maybe if Wanda told people, I don't know. It just felt like, how do you know this information? Like, that seems like a more personal moment.
Yeah,
I don't know. Nitpicking.
Again, a lot of people did, so they just needed to have it in there. Personally, I know this stuff well enough to, you know, I don't need all that stuff spoon-fed to me again, and I can fill in the blanks. But I guess there's a lot of people that are watching this that maybe haven't even watched the movies, or just, you know, we're just casual fans. But, you know, it felt like it was fun to watch them. It was fun to watch them on screen. It just felt like maybe that stuff could have been covered off screen because, again, you know, we're not going anywhere particularly quickly. We're reiterating a lot of the same stuff, and now we're kind of just getting Darcy's version of Infinity War, which, you know, could have been Lewis from Ant-Man. That would have been better.
I do want to say also that Darcy, the actress, is absolutely gorgeous, and I really miss her when she was on Two Broke Girls. Because let's be honest, her in that uniform was fucking dope.
Oh my god!
I think it's a cool escape artist in this, which I thought was great. They called her the escape artist, and I snorted so hard. I just thought that was a really funny role to have her in there because, you know, she's trying to break everyone out of there. I thought we were going to get a whole scene like back in episode 2 with the whole magic show scene. I thought we were going to get like a repeat of that with her with Vision having to do like some escape artist scene, and he was going to have to like phase her through the chains. And then she's just like, nope, pop, we're going. Bye.
Yeah.
Punch.
I was like, oh.
Punch the carnival dude in the face. Goofy sound effect. Doink. He's knocked out because, you know, I guess in this universe, in this bubble, punching people in the face makes a boink.
Did we like the story, like how they handled the sitcom aspect of this show? Like it was, I know he says The Office, but it really was heavily Modern Family.
Yeah. It was a bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah.
But heavy Modern Family.
Like the kitchen, the house was the Modern Family. Like that kitchen, because I watched that show a lot and studied that kitchen because I really liked the setup. I was like, that's the same kitchen. Like, it's crazy. Anyway.
You also now have the same kitchen. If we turn the camera that way,
also my
and
kitchen.
Then that kitchen is just right there.
Let me show you.
No, I mean, you know, it's shot really well. It's very authentic. It has been throughout.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just getting.
I like the flashbacks. How they would like
cutaway stuff.
Yeah, that was
a
funny.
Nice little new spin on it. And I don't know if it's just the performance or where the character's supposed to be, but just Elizabeth Olsen being so like downtrodden and just like for the last 6 episodes, we've seen her being like really happy and then really mean and scary. And in this episode, she's just done. She's just worn out. And it's a good.
Her keeping Vision away.
It's good as like a performance, but for me, it's like so used to watching her like so animated this whole time. Just watching her be just so like contemporary.
Yeah.
Normal. I don't know, it kind of downed me a little bit. Like, you know, wanted her to get out of that kitchen. So, and you know,
what are you doing?
I'm listening to Dean talk.
Get there.
Quit interrupting, Sarah. What the hell are you doing? Sorry, I'm just having too much fun. I'm in a total good mood. I slept for shit last night. I ran out of water for my CPAP machine, so I couldn't use it. I didn't sleep very well at all. I woke up like 7:30 this morning. I watched WandaVision twice back to back. We got the Schmodown season 8 that's about to start tonight here in about an hour. I'm so freaking excited. I'm in a great mood, so I'm picking on Sarah and I'm listening to Dean explain Marvel to me because I don't understand a lot of it. Sorry, I'm having fun.
No
And
fun
I'm
allowed.
kind of shocked that you guys did. I was for sure that everyone on this show was going to be just like in awe over this episode. I
thought you were joking in the group chat earlier.
No,
You're like, that is the best.
It was the best episode so far.
I'm happy to be in the world. I just think they're kind of just relying a little bit on the same beats.
Should we talk about the commercial?
Nexus.
Yeah. Depression pills for a commercial. That was fun.
They nailed the commercial.
Yes, they did.
It was.
I mean, we don't get commercials for the happy pills here, so I don't know if that's what they're supposed to look like. It was pretty unnerving to me. And the whole time I'm just trying to work out, like, I'm looking for the clues, man. I'm looking for the clues in everything now. I'm so hyper alert, more than I need to be, which is probably dampening my enjoyment of this show. But it turns out the Nexus is a thing. And it's Nexus of reality, which is a thing in the Marvel universe. And that is the meeting point of all the different multiverse realities. I don't know if that has any relation to this. Like, because it's just like one weird bubble reality. This isn't like, we're not going full like multiverse realities yet, but maybe that's just a clue to that. I'll tell you how bad I am at looking for fucking Easter eggs in this show. When Agnes says, I've got a mole, and she goes to show her the mole, I sit up and I lean forward because I'm like, the mole's going to have a reference. I'm like, I'm thinking the mole's going to be like a birthmark in the shape of like some ancient Cthulhu logo or something. I'm like, here we go. The mole's going to reveal everything. It's going to be a Mephisto-shaped mole on a boob, and it's going to tell us everything. And then nothing. It turned out to be just a random one-line joke in the show, and it's so hard to tell which is going to be which, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're going to go back at the end of this, and we're going to see some different things that we didn't see, you know.
It was great when she said, when she made the comment about biting her kids, and then like she's talking to them,
I've been a kid once.
I actually really have been a kid once. And I was like, 100% believe. You know, it's like, yeah, she has. That's dark, dude.
That's one of the best lines in the show, period. Because not only is it funny because of the delivery, I've been a kid once, it's just that like pause, and then we just cut away. Like, you think there's going to be like more to the sentence, like she's going to elaborate on the story. No, I just bit a kid once. That's cool. Blade confirmed, everyone. She's biting kids, vampire kids, and one of them's going to be a little Blade.
Is that who you think the Luke Skywalker type cameo is? Because I have a thought.
I don't think it's Blade. I think 90% sure it's probably Doctor Strange.
Not Luke Skywalker.
No, it's gotta be someone else. We know Doctor Strange is showing up.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be Reed, but they keep doing these things that are pointing me at Reed Richards, man, and I don't like how they're playing with me.
I think it's going to, dude, guys, get ready for this. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Snicky Schnick, Weapon X Wolverine, let's go!
Yes.
From the multiverse?
You thought he was out, we pull him back in.
So I guess that goes to say, like, was Agnes with Pietro because, like, we see that she's pulling the strings all along. Does she just create him, or did she pull him from the multiverse?
Because from my second view, he's got, like, a shroud of, like, her purple energy around him. So I kind of assume that he's just in the same way that Wanda's able to make, like, things, that she just conjured up a fake Pietro, and that's it.
Yeah. So is the multiverse open to bring it? That's what I don't think
they're definitely doing the multiverse. I don't think this is that yet. We're going to get the multiverse. Okay. We're very close to it, but I think this is just Agnes being a fucker, to be honest.
And do we think Agnes is the main villain behind everything, or do we still think Minifisto is behind.
Minifisto. No. So my gauge
I've
on
got
this
a question.
for all intents and purposes, I think that Agnes will be the villain of this show. However, I think that probably an after credit scene, we're going to then reveal that she was being played by somebody else as well. That would be my guess, and that'll be like the tease for like moving forward. And I think that person will probably be Mephisto. Either she's working for Mephisto, or she's also unknowingly being played by Mephisto as well, and she's just another pawn in his game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. Yeah, I think she's probably the main villain. Like, you can't do that reveal with 2 episodes left to go. She's done a monologue. Yeah. She's got to be a villain. She fucking monologued her heart out, guys.
Has her own theme song saying she's the one who's been doing everything the whole time.
I think, yeah, I think that's but I think that's like a red herring, like a trick.
That. I think she thinks that she's responsible, but I think that somebody else has got some skin in the game. And if somebody else isn't either manipulating the whole situation, they're at least manipulating someone or some of the elements within the show that we're watching.
So
Sarah,
I think Sean said this, or someone else said it. I think Sean said this, but the mailman guy.
Sean. Go on.
The mailman guy showed up again in this episode. The same mailman guy from episode 2. Mailman guy, whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
The mailman, yeah, we know who mailman guy is. It's not the milkman.
So he showed up. This is the second time we've seen him. I'm trying to be serious. He shows up
when he walked past.
Did I what? You froze. What'd you say?
Check out his butt when he walked past. Did you check out his butt?
Did I check out his butt?
Yeah. When the mailman guy walks past, you check out the butt.
I have like a serious theory. We're making jokes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, the mailman showed up in episode 2 when Wanda sees the little toy and is starting to kind of break this thing, and Agnes shows up and is like, hey, kind of pulls her back into the reality of it, and the mailman shows up. So when Monica shows up and is trying to take Wanda out of this in this episode, Agnes shows up again and is like, hey, leave her alone, takes her back to her house to pull her back into whatever is going on with Wanda. And the mailman guy just walks by again, is like looking at the camera and is kind of like in the background. This is like the last. So I think that he is important. Like, very important. Maybe he's someone in disguise. Like I don't think that actor is going to play the villain. I think he's just a disguise.
It could be like maybe he's just a visual like metaphor for like somebody trying to send her a message, you know, from the outside world.
I think he's with Agatha, because every time she tries to pull Wanda back into whatever illusion and not letting her slip away from it, he shows up and she like acknowledges him and is like, hey, handsome, or whatever. Like, I think that there's something going on with them. They're in cahoots. I don't know. I think Sean said it, but I don't know.
You think she's got like people working for her in Westview to kind of like help build up the illusion?
I think that's Mephisto. I think that's Mephisto in disguise.
He's Mephisto. He's like the devil. Like he.
Sorry.
Mephisto is in the least. What is it? She says he's in
the devil's in the details.
Where you don't think to look. He's just watching as the mailman in the least suspecting role. You could be onto something. I'm now gonna have to do what Catherine Hahn does, and I'm gonna have to go back and check out the mailman. So
check out the mailman.
How he works out.
We came circle just like the mailman's, but boom.
Yes. Prove me wrong, show. Prove me wrong. Just kidding.
And before we wrap this up, we get an after credit scene.
We did?
Which randomly in episode 7, they're just like, now.
Oh, man, I didn't watch that far.
How did you watch the episode twice?
I know. I just turned it off when the credits started. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Tell me. I mean, I don't care. I'll watch it, but spoil it. I don't care what happened.
So, how well do you remember it, Sarah? Did you learn the lines?
Did I learn the lines? Okay, so Monica is like walking around and she trips on a stone and picks it up, and it's actually the gauntlet was just sitting there the whole time. No, I'm just kidding. And then Spider-Man comes out of like the attic of the house, and he's like,
wait.
Dude, the gauntlet and
and then Doctor Strange, as the bunny, starts hopping out into the gardens, like eating the things, and he's like, help me.
Oh, the gauntlet and Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Spider-Man's wearing the gauntlet like a hat. No. So Monica is approaching the house where Wanda and Witch Lady is. And then she opens up the basement to go and see what's going on in the basement because there's all purple energy coming out the basement. And then somebody taps on her shoulder and it's Quicksilver, and he calls her a snooper or something. And then it just cuts,
he's like, "What you doing, snooper?
What are you doing?"
It was really weird.
Interesting.
So it's like, that kind of goes back to what we were saying about him. He's a construct of Agnes, and he's kind of like just like patrolling, kind of keeping watch for her while she's revealing her big plan to Wanda in the basement. All of a sudden, I guess the reason that she's doing that now is because she kind of sees that it's all starting to unravel, and it's kind of like a now or never situation. Mm-hmm. That's my own reason to why she decides to just come out. I've been the villain. I was here. I did this, this, and now here's what I'm going to do. Wait and find out next week. Do we have anything else that we're not covering that we should get to before we wrap this up, guys?
I mean, Wanda even said, like, that's not your uncle. Like, that's not your uncle.
She's acknowledged that that's where the heck is uncle now.
Yeah, I'm like, where's Pietro? Like, where is he? And even the kids are like, where's our uncle? Oh, and how all the stuff started changing.
Yeah,
and they're like, all right, something's wrong with our game, and it was like all the different controllers and the TV and stuff.
As soon as you saw the fireplace turn into like that cauldron thing, I was like, we're getting the Agatha reveal. I was like, that's it now. We got a witch's cauldron popping up in the living room. We got like the oldie timey furniture and stuff. I was like, that's it. It's Agatha all the way. And then she comes into the scene later. She's wearing a blue jumper with the purple scarf or whatever, which is, you know, the colours that she's always wearing in the comic, like the blue and purple scarf old lady outfit.
Do you think she's just trying, like, because isn't she like kind of a mentor to Scarlet Witch in the comics? Like,
yeah, kind of in like an antagonistic one at times.
Yeah,
but there's definitely some mental kind of elements.
Like, I don't think she's gonna be like the bad. Like, it seems like they're trying to build up this friendship where she's like, I'll teach you.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like in Star Wars with oh my god, I'm terrible. The Emperor and Anakin were like, I can give you what you want. I can keep your dead people alive forever. Like, do you think that's what she's trying to do? Like, you join me, Vision will be here forever.
I don't think she wants Vision around.
No, I don't think she does either.
And I think there's got to be more to it. It can't just be a case of like, oh, I'm a witch too, and I just know that you're a witch because I saw the Avengers, and I just wanted to come and fuck with you for a few days. Like, that doesn't seem like...
It's a prank, bruh!
Yeah, bruh. Fucking magic, bruh.
Magic!
No, I think she's going to take her under her wing and get rid of Vision. She's been
manipulated. She's got to be. Somebody said, go and get Wanda. She's magical. She's like you. She's a threat to you. You go and get Wanda for me. But then what they really is the twins, and they want Agnes to go in there and get the twins, knowing full well that Wanda's well powerful. She's going to kill Agnes, and then they're going to Mephisto maybe.
I hope they don't kill Agnes.
Yeah,
an
she's
interesting.
too good to kill off.
Yeah, you gotta keep her around.
She's good.
I want to see her train up Scarlet Witch and use her. Like, something happens, and Agatha's like, girl, I can give you the powers. And then that's how we get all this crazy House of M stuff or whatever, because Wanda just loses her mind.
I think for the next 2 episodes, she's going to do some real nasty shit. She's going to really, because she had to like play nice this whole time. I think they're really going to make her like over the top, moustache twirling. What's the female equivalent of moustache twirling villain? Anyway, leave that in the comment if you think of something. Because I'm not touching that.
Like
hair
twirling
twirling,
your hair.
stocking twirling. I don't know.
You don't watch Mean Girls? They're like,
what are they like? Lip twirling, fetch twirling. I don't know. I want to make fetch happen.
Anyway.
Anyway, so yeah, she's gonna go real nasty. I think she's a goner for sure, and she's gonna die nasty. Dr. Strange is gonna come and show her what a real sorcerer looks like, and he's gonna leave her impaled on a church spire.
I almost did that too. Whoa!
He's gonna cut her head off the fucking portal.
What if it's not Doctor Strange and it's the other one? It's Benedict Wong's character.
Oh, that would be even better. I'd be down for that.
Really?
Hell yeah!
This whole time we're like Doctor Strange, and it's just Benedict Wong. Like,
I don't care.
Wong. I love the character of Wong, but if
what if it's Tilda Swinton?
Doctor Strange, I'm gonna be pissed.
What if it's Tilda Swinton, and that's the big reveal that he's Paul Bettany's always wanted to act with her?
No.
If she wasn't dead,
no,
then I would be so down for that. I love Tilda Swinton and her and Paul Bettany.
It's Danny DeVito
together
as the Penguin. Wouldn't that be that would be shocking?
You know what, guys? It's all on the table at this
point.
That'd be great. It's all. And then, we had the villain in a show that's so subversive or appears to be subversive. We just had the villain come out and kind of just like lay it all out on the table 2 episodes early. I don't think it's as simple as
That's
that.
why I think it's subversive.
Apparently, the show is 6 hours long, and we had at this point 3.5 hours. So, if rumours are to be believed, we've still got 2.5 hours left to get in the next 2 episodes. I don't get that long. I think we're going to get 2 more hours and we're good. Nice movie, and hopefully to wrap this up. Any final thoughts, guys?
Nope.
I enjoyed it very much. I thought we got a lot of reveals here. I just think this entire series is I don't think it was or is intended to be like a story of its own. I think its sole purpose is set up for the next phase into what's to come.
But I don't like that.
Well, that's fine if you don't like that.
I want it to be WandaVision's story.
Like, let it all out. I don't know. We're going to get more. I guarantee there's still some turns, more than we think for 2 episodes.
Do you think... Sorry, this is random. Do you think Vision is done after this show? Like, do you think Paul Bettany's
because they want to weaponize his body. Is that the shady thing that Hayward is up to, or is there more to him?
He just wants Vision back to be a weapon.
You think he just wants Vision because he wants to make a weapon out of it, and that's it? There's no more nefarious. He's not Mephisto.
No, I don't think he's Mephisto.
Is he Mephisto?
Is he Mini-Fisto? It's time to go.
Jay confirmed is Mini-Fisto.
I am Mini-Fist Toe. That means my big toe looks like a fist. It's a mini fist.
We're going to be canceled. We're not going to have an after show for Winter Soldier and Falcon. I'm just
you ever been punched in the face with a fist that smells like a sock?
Oh my God. What's happening? Okay.
I'm Dean Vision, aka Dean Lewis. You can find me on Twitter on Dean2099. And my accent went weird then. Sarah, where can they find you? Tell the good people.
The good people, you can find me on Twitter SCBOC, SSEA, Me and Jay also do a Bachelor recap show every Wednesday live on this channel as well. You can find the Twitter for that. Go get that rose. We basically just trash The Bachelor. We don't actually really like the show. So if you also hate trashy reality TV, watch it because we just make fun of everyone. It's great.
Go hate that rose, everybody.
Go get that rose and hate it. I don't know.
And the good people can follow me at the Twitter on the Twitter.
Also the bad ones.
Jay
Bad ones.
Huh?
And also the bad ones.
Dude, you
don't discriminate.
You ruined my joke.
Go against the good people.
That was a setup for a
bad
joke.
Ones. We talked about this.
You gotta give me more credit than that, dude. I have a whole thing planned out. I'll do it anyway.
You get one good person.
I'll do it
Tell
anyway.
the one good person where they can find you.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
What's happening?
The good people can
We are
follow
pre-recording
me on the Twitter at Dean. Damn it, let me do my joke. Okay. Holy shit! I get a setup, and then I just want to do the joke.
All right, bye. See you next week.
Okay.
Don't be so
joking,
rude.
damn it. The good people can find me at JWade1134 on the Twitter. That is the letter J, WADE1134. The bad people can find me on kink.com or on Tinder. Yep. No, actually, none of that's true.
Shoot your shot. Shoot all them
None of that's
shots.
true anymore. But also, if you're a Schmodown fan, the season 8 kicks off tonight, and I've got a show called Speaking of Schmodown on Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and tomorrow we'll be talking about the big pay-per-view event tonight, as well as Chandra and Roka on there. So yeah,
and that's over your network, right?
Yes,
Not on this
Jcast network. And yes, Roka.
I want to talk to Roka.
See you next week, guys.
Whatever. Sarah.
I really do.
And that is it. Good night.